Imagine a world without books, light bulbs, or smartphones, the inventions that define modern life. Over centuries, visionary minds engineered breakthroughs that reshaped humanity's destiny. From Gutenberg's printing press to the smartphone era, each innovation propelled an information revolution, industrial growth, or a leap into the skies. This cinematic countdown explores the top 10 inventors who changed the world, in descending order, weaving history's tapestry of innovation. Each segment dives into the inventor's story, their key inventions, and how those inventions transformed our lives. Visual, a dynamic montage of iconic inventions, printing press, light bulb, early airplane, computers, sweeping across the screen, setting an epic tone. 10. Johannes Gutenberg, the printing press pioneer. Johannes Gutenberg, circa 1398 to 1468, was a German craftsman whose movable-type printing press revolutionized written communication. In 1455, he printed the Gutenberg Bible, launching mass book production for the first time in Europe. His mechanized press made it possible to manufacture large numbers of books cheaply. This accessibility to printed matter ushered in an information revolution, breaking the monopoly of handwritten manuscripts. Suddenly, literacy and education spread rapidly as books, pamphlets, and newspapers became affordable for a broad audience. Gutenberg's innovation democratized knowledge, fueling the Renaissance and Reformation. Visual idea: scenes of an old printing press churning out pages, followed by crowds eagerly reading pamphlets. Pages from the Gutenberg Bible fade in, highlighting the first printed words. 9. Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance innovator. Leonardo da Vinci, 1452 to 1519, was the ultimate Renaissance man, an artist-engineer whose genius spanned art, science, and invention. He filled hundreds of notebooks with sketches and schemes that were centuries ahead of their time. Among his designs were early concepts of flying machines, a bicycle, helicopter, aerial screw, and even a bat-inspired airplane. Although these machines never flew in his lifetime, Da Vinci's imaginative designs foreshadowed modern engineering. His notebook drawings of a submarine and armored tank inspired future inventors to turn fantasy into reality. In effect, Leonardo bridged art and science, showing that creative vision could spark technological progress. Visual idea: animated sketches from Da Vinci's notebooks coming to life, gliding gears, a hand-cranked flying contraption, and a crossbow tank moving. Fade to modern machines, bicycles, helicopters, hinting at his legacy. 8. Alexander Graham Bell, master of human voice. Alexander Graham Bell, 1847 to 1922, revolutionized human communication by inventing the telephone. In 1876, he succeeded in transmitting speech electrically over wire, making the famous first call to his assistant. Bell's telephone forever changed the way humans communicate. From then on, voice could cross oceans. Within decades, millions of telephones linked the globe. Bell also developed other devices, photophone, metal detector, and founded Bell Labs, but it was the telephone that earned his place in history. By creating an early wireless telephone, the photophone, he even anticipated fiber optic communication. Bell's work laid the groundwork for the global communications networks we use today. Visual idea: historic footage or reenactment of Bell speaking into the first telephone prototype, wires and switchboards expanding into a globe covered in telephone lines. 7. Thomas Edison, the light and sound innovator. Thomas Edison, 1847 to 1931, was America's quintessential inventor, holding a record 1,093 patents. He introduced the modern age of electricity. Edison perfected the practical incandescent light bulb and invented the first commercial electric power system, literally bringing night into day. His Menlo Park laboratory also produced the phonograph, the first device to record and play back sound, and key motion picture technology. In effect, from his laboratories and workshops emanated the phonograph, the telephone transmitter, the incandescent lamp, the first commercial electric light and power system, and key elements of motion picture apparatus. Edison's innovations lit homes, powered factories, and launched the film industry. He created the first industrial R&D lab, pioneering systematic invention. Thanks to Edison, cities glowed with light and music and movies became part of everyday life. Visual idea: a montage of early Edison artifacts, a glowing light bulb, Edison working with a phonograph, and an old movie camera filming flickering frames. 6. Nikola Tesla, the high-voltage visionary. Nikola Tesla, 1856 to 1943, was a Serbian-American inventor whose work underpins today's electrical world. He invented the alternating current, AC, motor and transmission system that enabled efficient long-distance power. As Britannica notes, Tesla discovered and patented the rotating magnetic field, the basis of most alternating current machinery. He also developed the multi-phase AC power system still used in grids worldwide. In 1891, he invented the Tesla coil, an induction transformer still used in radio technology. His AC system was adopted by Westinghouse to power the 1893 Chicago World's Fair, where Tesla's name and patent numbers were on the equipment lighting the fairgrounds. This victory in the war of currents established AC electricity as our standard. Tesla's vision of wireless power, radio, and even robotics foresaw the electrified world. Visual idea, a dramatic recreation of Tesla's Colorado Springs lab, with arcs of electricity leaping from Tesla coils. Overlay with images of modern power lines and a glowing world grid. 5. Marie Curie, pioneer of the invisible forces. Marie Curie, 1867 to 1934, was a trailblazing physicist who opened the atomic era. Working with her husband Pierre, she discovered two new radioactive elements, polonium and radium, in 1898. Curie coined the term radioactivity for this phenomenon. She won 2 Nobel Prizes, Physics, 1903, for radioactivity and Chemistry, 1911, for isolating pure radium. Her research turned a dark laboratory chemical into a medical tool, X-ray use in World War I. She herself operated mobile X-ray units, saved countless lives. Curie's work paved the way for later discoveries of the neutron and synthetic radioactive materials. In short, Curie unlocked the powerful energies at the heart of atoms, leading to nuclear power and medical therapies. Her courage and genius made radiation, invisible to the eye, an engine for science and healing. Visual idea, black and white lab footage or photos of Curie pouring flask from flask, glowing radium vials, and then a montage of modern medical imaging, X-ray scans, and nuclear reactors. 4. Wright Brothers, soaring into the skies. Wilbur and Orville Wright, 1871 to 1912, 1867 to 1948, were bicycle mechanics turned aeronautical pioneers. On December 17, 1903, at Kitty Hawk, they achieved the first controlled powered flight of a heavier-than-air machine. This breakthrough changed travel forever. The Wright Flyers' brief 12-second flight proved human flight possible. Their ingenious system of wing warping, aileron, control became the basis for all airplanes. The brothers' achievement did not simply happen overnight, but their victory launched the aviation age. Soon they improved their designs to carry passengers, and within decades airplanes crisscrossed continents. The impact was enormous. Flight shrank the world, making international travel and fast global commerce routine. Visual idea, historical footage or animation of the 1903 Kitty Hawk flight, then a montage from early biplanes to modern jets, illustrating how far aviation progressed from that first flight. 3. Steve Jobs, the consumer technology visionary. Steve Jobs, 1955 to 2011, co-founder of Apple Incorporated, ushered in the era of personal technology. Starting in a garage, he introduced the Apple II, which helped usher in the era of the personal computer, PC. His 1984 Macintosh introduced graphical interfaces that made computing intuitive, what no other computer had ever done before. After returning to Apple in 1996, Jobs led a renaissance of sleek, user-friendly gadgets. Devices like the iMac, 1998, iPod, 2001, iPhone, 2007, and iPad, 2010, each spawned a new series of devices. In particular, the iPhone put a powerful computer and camera into everyone's pocket. In Jobs' words, he aimed to put a dent in the universe, and indeed Apple's products created a digital lifestyle previously unimaginable. The iPod revolutionized how music is consumed, and the App Store transformed software distribution. Today, Jobs' blend of technology and design has revolutionized the way we communicate, with billions depending on touchscreen devices he championed. Visual idea, clips of Steve Jobs on stage unveiling the first iPhone with its iconic slide to unlock, intercut with people around the world using iPhones, listening to music on iPods, and working on MacBooks. 2. Sir Tim Berners-Lee, inventor of the World Wide Web. Tim Berners-Lee, born in 1955, is the British computer scientist who invented the World Wide Web in 1989. Working at CERN, he wrote the first proposal and built the first web browser and server. His system of URIs, HTTP, and HTML made it easy to link and share documents globally. The web unleashed the next information revolution: instant access to knowledge, commerce, and communication. As the W3C, which he later founded, notes, Berners-Lee's 1989 proposal was about to revolutionize communication around the globe for generations. Thanks to his vision, billions of people can now access news, education, and each other online. The web transformed industries from media to government and sparked social media, online video, and e-commerce. Berners-Lee famously gave the web's core technology away for free, ensuring a global public platform. In short, he built the information superhighway that connects us all. Visual idea: animation of early web pages, like CERN and the first browser, expanding into a globe mapped with hyperlinks, ending with people from different continents using laptops and phones browsing the web. 1. Alan Turing, father of modern computing. Alan Turing, 1912 to 1954, was a British mathematician whose ideas laid the foundation of the digital age. He formally defined the concept of computation with the Turing machine, proving how algorithms could be executed by mechanical processes. This abstraction became the theoretical basis for all modern computers. Turing is widely considered the father of theoretical computer science. During World War II, he led code-breaking efforts that deciphered the German Enigma, aiding the Allied victory. After the war, he designed an early stored program computer prototype, the ACE. Turing's vision, machines that compute any computable task, directly influenced every computer and smartphone we use today. In effect, Turing made the modern internet and software possible. Visual idea: a montage starting with blackboard equations and early computing hardware, Enigma machine, Colossus, evolving into modern microchips and servers, illustrating machines thinking. Fade into a close-up of code or a search engine query coming to life, symbolizing Turing's legacy in every click. From Gutenberg's movable type to Turing's algorithms, each inventor's breakthrough opened a door to a new era. These 10 visionaries shattered limits, enabling mass literacy, electrification, global travel, and instant communication. Each leap built the world we inhabit today, reminding us how human creativity drives progress. As we reflect on their legacies, ask yourself, which invention inspires you? What will be the next world-changing idea? If you enjoyed this journey through innovation, please like, comment on your favorite inventor, and subscribe for more stories of discovery. Let us know below who you think will be the inventor of tomorrow's world. Together, we'll keep exploring the ideas that change our world.